Naked Heart Revolution is the go-to podcast for high-achieving individuals seeking to transform their relationships and life. Hosted by Jenny Bingham, an intimacy reset coach. Each episode explores emotional reconnection, personal growth, or business insight through expert guests sharing real stories and strategies. Whether you want to deepen your connection with your partner or elevate your business, this podcast delivers the tools and mindset shifts needed for lasting change. Subscribe to join the community focused on intentional healing and empowerment. Well, what's the main project, Margie, that you would like to promote today? Let's start there.
Having a summit for speakers, I could talk on that.
The focuses is very different, and my goal is at first to put publicity into what your major project is right now, and then we can have a relationship later on.
Sounds great. Well, I'd say my major project right now is a summit called Endless Possibilities. You hold the key to unlocking what's possible for your future, and that's what I'm got going on, and so that's what I'd love to promote.
Okay, so Endless Possibilities, that is such a broad thing. What are a couple examples that people could think and bring forth that you could help them out with, I guess?
So Endless Possibilities is an online summit where people can attend. It's happening December 5th of 2026, and the reason that I'm doing it is because I feel like people are like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make income. I've left my 9-to-5 job. I don't know what's next. And they're thinking so very tunnel vision instead of thinking of the broad possibilities. There's endless possibilities for you to do things out there. There's so many ways. Yes, you can be a speaker, you can be a coach, you could be an author, you can offer content. You could be an appointment setter for somebody. You could be a virtual assistant if you have that kind of background, if you have an admin background. There's endless possibilities of what you could be doing, and I think we're at a time when people are feeling discouraged, but we're also just think about how we're taught and trained in a very small, the summit is to say there are endless possibilities, giving people hope about what's possible. And when the tagline is, you hold the key to what's possible for your future, meaning just learn a new path, a new way.
Oh, so I guess it could also touch a fact of their transferable skills. Someone, for example, who is, let's say, good at teaching, or they might be good at coaching. Someone who is good at creative just on a side hobby might become an instructor, might teach classes on, let's say, painting or sculpture. Someone who had a long time in business talking, doing speeches, well, they may have a wonderful time doing presentations for adults, kids, retirees, or certain subjects on either within the city or, let's say, a world event. So transferable skills in that way, or there are other things as well?
Exactly. Or maybe they've spent their life in corporate America, but the skills that they learn are leadership skills that are needed in the workplace today. And maybe there's a workshop that they can run or teach, and they're not thinking that way. So they're just thinking, I'm out of a job now. What? Well, let's take what you do have and turn that into a monetization. I do have a program that I put people through. It's called Momentum Reset Intensive, and it's a 30-day intensive. I have a money back guarantee, and you will be making money in 30 days on your idea. And we go through it, and I've not yet had anybody ask for their money back, so it's going well.
Oh, this is interesting. Interesting. Can you share one story of someone who went into your 30-day program just so we can have an idea?
Okay, I had one woman just show up and super shy, very much an introvert. And she says, look, I'm an introvert. I don't really have any skills that I can transfer. I just signed up because I thought maybe you could help me figure it out. And I just kept asking her questions like, what is something that you've done that you feel happy about, that you're proud of? Like, oh, look at me, I figured that out. And it turns out she was like, well, I am good at creating websites. And I said, okay, that's a needed skill right now. So we dove in a little deeper, and I said to her, what if you offered an offer out there that was instead of it being 1,497, it was 997, and you built people's website, and then you added a 6-month support system if they have questions. Because most people will build a website and say, here's your website, see you later, bye. But a lot of people want to tweak their website, or, you can put boundaries up of how many times they can tweak and all that kind of thing before it costs. But what if you did it that way? And then what if you did a flash sale and said, we do a webinar, and for anybody on this webinar, it's going to be $497, and see how many. And well, then she couldn't keep up because, people wanted it. How many, like, people know what it costs them to get a website. So to get it for $497 plus 6 months of support is, so she, in fact, I have something where she said, I didn't even believe in myself before I met with you. And now, this is exactly what I want to do. I'm doing what I love doing.
Wow. Oh, that's really encouraging. So for the summit itself, now, is it for people who simply want to learn, or can it also be for people who wants to share what has happened to them, what they're able to offer?
Thanks. That's a great question, Jenny. And what it is anybody who wants to be a speaker who has a story about overcoming something very challenging that they felt overwhelmed by, but somehow they found the grit, determination, and created the resilience to get over that. And where they are now, they have the opportunity to be a speaker at this event. I don't need to have you be a professional speaker. I don't need for you to have a book or content. I simply need for you to have a story that if someone's driving down the road and they have this podcast on and they hear your story and they think, wow, if that person did it, I can totally do it. So,
Okay, so is there now a number of minutes that is minimum or maximum?
yes. So anybody can participate, and buying a ticket is minimal. It's $67 to attend for all 25 speakers and get their gifts that they offer. But the speakers get a 25-minute slot for a keynote speaker. And their talk is distributed to over 300 podcasters and TV channels afterwards, which is invaluable that many people will be hearing your talk. And additionally, we're offering this to be a chapter in an anthology book in a hardcover or paperback that they can then get at author prices for themselves. I have a personal mission to help orphans in Kampala, Uganda, that I've been helping for 5 years with a few friends. We've sent them some food, we've sent them some money to buy some workbooks and pens, but they really need a place. And so that's what Thousand Hearts of Hope came from. If people were able to do $10 for 10 months, that's $100, and we need 1,000 people. That will build the community center, and it will feed those kids for 2 full years. So and that's the momentum. And once I get it in, once we build the community center, it's up forever. It's built by brick. And say you were a donor, we would give the children a Sharpie and they would write on the brick like Jenny. They would put your last initial. So every day when they're sitting in that community center, they're surrounded by the love from people they don't know, but people who have support them.
Wow. How long have you been working on that project?
I've been doing that. This is 2026.
Right.
So since 2019. And again, I've personally, out of my own pocket, sent money, and I realized very quickly it's not sustainable. Like I don't have $100,000 to send. I don't have $65,000 to send, which would build the community center. But if I had 1,000 people giving $100, then we could do it. And a lot of people don't have $100 that they can donate. But could they donate $10 for 10 months one time?
Definitely. The compounding of each person, of everyone grouping and helping out in this way.
Yes.
So for the summit, is there a deadline for people who want to attend or people who want to be a speaker?
Great question. Again, if you wanted to be a speaker, the only deadline that exists is when the slots are filled, and there'll be 25. I'm looking for one keynote. A keynote means they will have a slot all by themselves and everybody will be able to watch. All the other speakers have a link, so maybe you would come on and somebody else would come on, and I decide I'm going to listen to your talk, but I really want to hear the other two, but I'm going to get those recordings as a participant. So the deadline is September 15th to be early bird, and it's $300 savings. If I have any openings left, then September 15th onward, it would be $300 more for a speaker. But I will take it until it's filled.
Of course, with 25, that's like magical. It'd be perfect number of people. If they all have 25 minutes each, that's a full day.
It's a full day. It's 10 in the morning until 4:30. And like I say, it's 3 speakers all at one time. So when a participant comes on, they're clicking on a link to hear one talk, but they really want the others. But as a participant, they get the recording, so they get to hear the others. And as far as the keynote, nobody else speaks during the keynote. We just let the keynote person.
Wow. Perfect. Now I'm trying to think, it must take so much work and organization to have that set, to get a hold of you or to put in their requests or their interests. Where would they go?
It's best to email me and just put speaker opportunity in the subject line. My email is pretty easy. It's my name. It's Margie, Margie, at Margie, and then the first part of my last name, DUNKI.com. So Margie at margiedunki.com. You can find, if they forget that, they can find me on Facebook and send me a message on Facebook Messenger. Good old LinkedIn took my LinkedIn account down. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, no.
So I need to figure that out. But right now, that's the best way to get in touch with me is Facebook Messenger or email.
Okay. And the types of speakers, you said all subjects. Are there subjects that are more prominent than others?
Definitely, I'm looking for people who are entrepreneurs already, but that they have, but not necessarily, but that's who I would be attracting. Most people that would be coming would be entrepreneurs. However, many people have stories of overcoming what they've overcome. It could be an illness. It could be the tragic loss of somebody really close to them, and how not necessarily that people get through it, because we always say, let me help you get through this. You don't necessarily get through it. You learn how to manage it differently. Life changes when it's a tragic loss. And so, no, I think we have to get away from getting through something. I think we have to learn how to say, how can I support you as you manage what is reality now? And people that are able to do that and not just pull the covers over their head and say, but people who are, it's hard, and yet they're out there doing things, making things happen, giving back, serving.
Well, okay. Thank you very much, Margie, for sharing this opportunity with us. So then we're aware that we can attend, we can listen, we could put out an application to possibly be a speaker. If you have any words of wisdom, what would it be?
There's always a solution. There's always a solution. We think many times that no one's ever been through this before, but the truth is somebody's been through something like this or similar that has figured it out. So find the person doing the thing doing what you want to do, and follow them. But it's the simpleness of it is you cannot quit on yourself. You literally have to use those words, what's possible, and live that. That line in the sand is all done. Yesterday is all done. But the 5 minutes ago from you and I started talking is all done. But the line in the sand from where we are at this moment and what we will do from here matters. So
Thank you very much.